We'd like to thank our sponsor, iZotope, the absolute leaders in design plugins for audio restoration, mixing, and mastering. At iZotope.com, you'll find a plethora of tools and suites that will enhance your audio production, whether it's voice, video, podcast, or a full production recording session. Check out the industry standard audio repair tool RX11, the multi-tool mixer plugin Neutron 5, or the powerful Ozone 11 mastering suite, plus tons more. Go to iZotope.com, use code FRET10 at checkout for 10% off. That's iZotope.com, and the code is FRET10, FRET10.
DistroKid now also has a motherfucking app.
The DistroKid app is available for iOS and Android.
You can now get an additional 30% off if you go to distrokid.com/VIP/cult. That's distrokid.com/VIP/cult.
Or you can get it in the App Store.
Fuck. All right, we're rolling.
Rolling.
Planet B
Present.
Cult and Culture Podcast.
Welcome to episode 59 of the Cult and Culture Podcast. I'm Justin Pearson.
And I'm Luke Henshaw.
This will be the last installment of our Oak Cliff Film Festival series, which would be the 5th installment of it, with writer-director Brandon Daley. So, man, it sucks because the film isn't out yet that we mainly are trying to cover. It's called Positions, has a $sign before the word Positions. Incredible film. Like, brilliant fucking film.
High-stress film.
Yes.
Take your blood pressure meds before watching this film, trust me.
It is insane. So we'll dive into that in a second, but there's a couple, like he has some shorts that are available online, which I fucking love. So there's Technology Lake, which is like this crazy thing. I mean, I don't want to give it away too much, but the dude's jerking off with a VR headset and his dog saves his life.
His house lights on fire and his dog saves his life.
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
There's another one called Shavasana, which is also insane. We're both yoga dorks, so like it kind of hit home, sort of.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is your boy Dragonfly89. I'm here to show you guys how to rip bongs today. Just in case you ever need to know, this is Saber. This is my bong.
Oh.
Anyhow, those both are online, so you should check those out. But when Positions comes out, do yourself a favor and see the film because it's really fucking good.
Yeah.
I don't know. We dove into all kinds of bizarre shit. We learned stuff, and it was rad meeting and talking to him. I think he's a fucking genius, like most of our guests. So,
and he gave us a film lesson.
Yeah, for this fucking
we were
dumb
doing
podcast.
everything wrong.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, no, he was cool. The actor, hope I'm saying this right, Michael Kunicki. I got a chance to hang out with him over there. We did, and he was very cool. I forget the producer's name, but all of them were really cool people. Just all around good time with him. So,
and I think like as artists, I'll use air quotes. We have a very high standard for things, especially with film. I mean, we're both really into film, so for us to say like this film is killer, I mean, it is fucking killer. So just
it's a wild ride.
Yeah, just believe us on this. And again, like it's the last of the Oak Cliff Film Festival series that we did. I can't thank all of those people enough. It was awesome to be part of that thing. I look forward to doing it next year if they'll have us. So yeah, that is where we're about to head. So just check out this podcast. And before we let you dive into this, we want to say we have a compilation coming out, a podcast compilation, which features, I don't know, a handful of guests and their music. It's coming out on vinyl. You can get it on 31G's Bandcamp. You really should check it out. It's also insane. It's crazy to me personally that like we have a band on there that's also on there with The Exploited, which just fucking is like bonkers. Anyhow, it's killer. Everything about it's killer. The way it's laid out, like the pieces of the podcast audio that are in it. Anyhow, check it out. It's coming out. It might already be out when you see this. Anyhow, let's dive into this podcast. We'll see you on the other side.
My name is Brandon Daley. I'm a writer-director based out of Chicago. I'm originally from Salina, Kansas. I make kind of crazy off-the-wall comedy stuff. So if you're a fan of like kind of classic 90s comedies, that's kind of what I'm going for, but I'm always trying to kind of pile on other stuff in it. So this particular movie is called Positions. It's $ Positions, and it's a movie about a guy who is a blue-collar worker in like kind of rural middle America. Like for me, it's Kansas, and he gets addicted to gambling on cryptocurrency, and he keeps losing all of his family's money on crypto over and over again. And he's trying to take care of his Down syndrome brother, and his dad's an alcoholic. And, so it's all these kinds of like things that you would have in kind of an intense drama, but then we approach it like you would a kind of slapsticky 90s comedy. So very off the wall shit, it's kind of like, Uncut Gems, but with like piss jokes in it,
So really piss jokes.
Yeah, a lot of good piss jokes.
No offense to Uncut Gems, but like I really thought your film was great because someone had mentioned that like, oh, it's similar vibe, but so I was like, huh, and that was a good movie. But when I saw yours, I was like, fuck, because when I saw your film, there was like so many moments where I was like, I can relate to that, where like I know someone that's just like that, and then
for sure. Like, I mean, ultimately, it's like an addiction movie, so it's just like about just, and I think it's about genetic addiction, and the way that addiction kind of goes through these families, especially in kind of like small towns throughout the Midwest where, your uncle has one addiction, your mom has one, your dad has one, you have one, and they're all different. They're not exactly the same, but probably a lot of drugs and alcohol. Gambling is huge, and I just think it comes down to having like an itch you can't scratch, and you're trying to scratch this thing with something. And that's just kind of what the core of the movie is about. Me thinking about just my own upbringing in Kansas, my own kind of shortcomings with addictions, and then just, my family's. And it's really just an ode to my family, It's like,
so where are you in the film?
I would say I am everywhere in the film. I'm all over that thing, It's like the movie, I originally had written it like, I got really into crypto trading in 2020 and 2021 and like day trading stocks and stuff. Yeah. So it's like to give you the full spiel, I put like $5,000 into GameStop really early. And because I was all over Wall Street Bets, before it was kind of what it is now. And I rode the whole GameStop wave, and it was just so awesome. It's like I ended up winning $25,000, and so took the 25K and I put that into crypto, and I think I put a little bit in at first, and I put like 5,000 in, and then I got it up to 10,000. I was like, oh, this is easy. I'm just gonna put the full thing in, and then so I went from my initial investment of $5,000 in GameStop, and then at the top it was at like 70 grand total.
Whoa.
And then I rode it from 70 grand back down to 9K. And I believe I ended up exiting that market cycle at around 20 to 25. So ultimately it was like still a win, but had I just like walked after the GameStop thing, I would have had just as much money and like way more time on my hands.
Yeah.
But dude, crypto is just so fun because it is the stock market, but it doesn't close. And you know, it's like I think crypto gets a bad rap, like for being like snake oil or something like
Are
that.
you pro crypto in general?
I am. I like crypto, but you know, I like a lot of things that are bad for me. You know, it's like I don't think it's necessarily good for me. Like I love blackjack and I love jerking off and getting really drunk. You know, but it's like I don't really. I'm not like, dude, everyone needs to get drunk and jerk off. You know, I like crypto, and I'm like, I would say I am pro crypto, but I just think at this point in time, the people who are still in it understand like the implications. You know, I think it was way different in 2020 and 2021 where people are being promised these like kind of like it's going to be the new tech or something like blockchain will save everything. Now it just feels like people gambling against each other on the internet with like on internet memes. And I'm like, yeah, if you want to do that, that's chill to me. It's like not, I get iffy on the actual use cases of it. I haven't really seen an application of blockchain. Like I know there's promises of it down the road and everybody's speculating on it, but just in contemporary society, I haven't really seen an application that really sells the need for blockchain. But I do, you know, I believe that we could have that down the road. I just don't think we see that right now. So I'm not pro or anti-crypto. I feel complicated about it.
Of course.
But this movie, I do love people who like crypto, and I view this movie as degenerate representation a little bit. So it's like some people watch the movie and they're like, yeah, dude, you took down crypto. And I'm like, no. I want to, like, this is for the crypto bros. Like, this is for people who are on Discord and who are checking their phones instead of listening to their families or whatever. Yeah, so I guess that's my spiel about it and why I wanted to make it. And so, and then like simultaneously to all that happening, I always had wanted to make a movie about growing up in Kansas and just about my family. I was like, why don't I merge these two ideas together and just do them both simultaneously? So yeah, there was like a time in 2021 when my Uncle Danny had died of COVID, and my mom was mourning him all the time. Like she would call me on the phone crying all the time because her little brother had died. And I'm like on my phone, like gambling on, you know, like I'm just like realizing like I'm just like such a degenerate dude. Like this is bad. And so that stuff's all in the movie, you know, that's a
lot of people probably don't reach that. Like they don't see that in themselves, right? I mean, I'm assuming
in terms of
like you were saying, like I was the degenerate, I was like doing this thing, like most people probably just like that never registered, you know. And they
yeah, I mean, I just think I recognize that in myself with like a lot of facets of life, and it's like both my superpower and my like weakness. Like it's like the reason I was able to get a full feature film together was the same reason that I couldn't stop like gambling crypto or whatever, or it's like you have too many beers or something, you know, like. It just feels like it's the same thing, and you just have to learn kind of how to harness it for good. But
well, I think maybe all elements of artists are kind of fucked up in their own way.
Yeah.
And people that I know that are like that were addicts or that are sober now, their new drug is music or something. So maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't
because you went and did it.
Yes.
You know? So you're like, I'm gonna fucking just do this film. Or,
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I just view myself as I could potentially get lost in a lot of stuff, and you just got to make sure it's the good stuff and not the bad stuff.
I mean, I think if you and maybe this is like naive to say, but like if you have an different personality and your thing is creating a film or an album or whatever, and you fuck up, in the sense that like it's not successful. At least you did something instead of just like I went and like blew it on heroin.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe I blew it on crypto and whatever, you know.
For sure. Yeah, they're 100%. It's like a very healthy outlet. It's like art is cool, but you know, but yeah, making a movie's hard. It's probably like just as bad for you as you know, drinking beers and stuff every night. I don't know. It's like you do mess up. Yeah, just you. It's hard.
Well, I think maybe making music might. I guess to me, I think like fuck that. I don't know how I could make a movie. You know, because of like there's all these different elements that I don't consider. Like even how this podcast is set up. You were saying how the filming is. Well, I don't know.
I was telling him how he's breaking the 180 rule by having. But yeah, no. Anyway, that'll be for the heads. They'll know what I'm talking.
No.
Yeah.
There's one line in the film, and fuck, I'm gonna probably mess it up.
Oh, all good. Yeah.
What is he was like? One of the characters is saying like
The cousin.
yeah, but he's saying like crypto is for the billionaires or the rich people.
Oh yeah.
Like can you because that was like oh fuck.
Yeah, the line I believe is he's like, dude, cryptocurrency's a scam, dude.
Yeah.
And this is his cousin who just got out of jail and is trying to stay clean off of heroin. And so he's living a much different life than our lead actor. And he's like, dude, cryptocurrency's a total fucking scam. And then Mike, our lead guy, goes, what are you talking about, dude? Billionaires invest in it. And he goes, oh, billionaires be scamming people, dude. That's how they make all that money.
Well, that part made me think that you were against.
No, I just feel complicated. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm for or against it ultimately at the end of the day. And this movie, I don't think this movie is really like pro or anti-crypto. You know,
Hopefully
it's like
lets the think and that's right. You know.
But yeah, it's like I just pump the brakes whenever anybody's like, yeah, your movie is like hates crypto. You know, I want to be very non-judgmental of everybody in the movie, like whether it's the heroin addiction or the, you know, So I for sure there's it goes back and forth in the movie, you know, because obviously like the lead guy, very pro crypto, and I just want to make him have the worst time possible. So I want his street smart cousin to be pointing out, being like, yeah, dude, that might be a bad idea, dude.
Yeah, Johnny tells him what he should and shouldn't do. It was like, but yeah, so, god damn, there's so many little, I don't want to give too much of the film.
Let's get it away, I don't care.
I don't know, yeah, so.
We'll have a link after the podcast.
Yes.
Before.
Hell yeah.
I mean, this podcast will come out, you know, well before the film, but I hope it sticks and people watch the film based on this conversation, because I'm just speaking for myself here. Like I'm very critical, and I don't like a lot of stuff. And I thought the film was brilliant.
I appreciate it,
and
man.
in so many levels. And it was like very eye opening. And I was also like, I can relate to that person, or I can understand that situation.
Yeah.
And it was just really informative to kind of see it in my face.
For sure.
You know, coming back at me.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing I really am proud about the movie with is like, you know, we're having this whole conversation has been about like, what's your experience with crypto? Is crypto good or bad? But really, like the movie, like what I like about it is like people roll their eyes and they're like, yo, I made a crypto movie, and then they watch it and they're like, oh, that was actually cool. Like, because I think people that don't like crypto like really don't like it. They don't want to hear about it,
but I would
those people.
It's not a crypto movie
for sure. Yeah, I guess that's my point. It's like I think the movie's just enjoyable. Yeah, despite being about a topic that people may not like. You know.
I think with your writing and even with the acting and stuff, you know, I loved and hated the characters.
Yeah.
You know, at different times, and it was that's really good. You know,
for sure. Yeah. In the script stages, I was just like, let's make this guy as gnarly as possible. He's just as bad of a dude as possible. Yeah. And then we shot that script, and then in the edit, I was like, well, let's make this guy as likable as possible. Whoa. So it was this weird push and pull where I want people to like him, I want people to be invested for him, and I want people to be like, you are an idiot. Yeah. And so that was kind of the writing process of it, where pulling back in the edit, you know, after you shoot it.
Even like the his like he's addicted to that, but like how he doesn't drink or do drugs. He doesn't want to have sex. So you that so like holy shit, this like kind of, you're right. He's like lovable, but you fucking hate him.
Yes.
But it's like, oh, he's saving himself.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted him to be a loser, and I think that's like what makes him likable. Like, because I think if he thought he was cool or if he was cool, but yeah, I make him socially unaware. I make him not be able to get hard, and I think that stuff is ultimately like why he's endearing. Because we're just like, oh yeah, I'm a loser too. When you see him on screen.
Again, I don't want to give too many parts away, but like I love how he has a shitty job and everything's fucked up, and he takes his Down syndrome brother to work.
Vinny Kretz.
Yeah, which was like amazing in that film.
Amazing.
There's so many moments with the two of them that are just really they nailed it.
Yes.
But I at this point where he's like fucking up at work, and then he's getting all this, he's like on his phone like getting a bunch of money, and then quits. I was like, yes, but I knew for a fucking fact that he'd lose that shit, like you want to be, because he was so triumphant. The scene, there's a scene afterwards where they're like, he's celebrating with his coworkers and like brought them all food and stuff. Like every working class poor person wants to do that, like I think about it all the time. If we win this fucking lottery ticket, I'm gonna buy everyone the blah blah blah. It's like that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I just wanted to do it after you win like $12,000. So
Was that the amount that he won when he quit? Was that?
I think it was 25 the amount. No, I guess subconsciously maybe it was, but it was because that was the amount I was talking about. But to me, the dollar values are just like exactly where I think they should be, where I still think it's maybe logical that you would quit your job, but it's also like the audience is like, oh, that's not enough money to quit your job, So yeah, I was very careful with kind of like what the numbers were at during each part of the movie to be like, I want it to be believable. Because crypto does do that. You do go to sleep and you wake up with $25,000 more dollars. It's just like insane. Or like it'll just suddenly spike up because of a tweet or something like that. And that's the fun part about it, but that's also why you're always checking your phone.
The word "fun" just doesn't come into my
honest fun, dude. Yeah, it's awesome.
I don't know. I mean, I guess because there is like, if you kind of go into it being like whatever, like that $5,000 or whatever, like you're not attached to it and it gets higher or lower. But the people, I guess the addiction part is still grating on your psyche.
For sure. I mean, I just think during 2020 and 2021, I just, it's lockdown. You're just staring at your screen all day. And then I have this other activity that makes me always like want to stare at my screen. That's why I really felt it. I was just like, God, I'm like dreaming in Internet Explorer or whatever. It's like I haven't been outside in so long. And so I think that's why it was really weighing on me at the time, because I was like, plus it's just you're on your phone instead of talking to your girlfriend or
being a human,
praying
I mean, you could swap praying for crypto, I guess. You're like, oh my God, I got to do the thing.
Yeah, I mean, there is like a lot of
Jesus, no.
Well, it's I did. There's so many like Christian elements in the film too, because it's like with the Cousin Travis character kind of and his arc, and him kind of using religion in place of heroin and stuff. And it was just, I mean, at the core, the movie is just about people kind of who are in troubled positions, believing in a higher power, and you need that in order to kind of like live just in the day-to-day lives that we have to live in, where you're struggling with bills and you're struggling with your family. And so the parallels between the crypto and the religion were always like very strong to me. I was interested in thinking about that.
Like he was coping with his like addiction, like when he's like, no, I don't want that, or when he's like, I can't take that, and he's like, no, if I have that, then I'm gonna go. But
yes, for sure.
So he's just like coping with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I felt for Travis, the heroin addict, so much, where they pull up in the car and he's like, I can't get out and go in that house. I was fuck, I know what's gonna happen.
It's a brutal scene.
That's really the exact way to say it.
Yeah, it's brutal.
God damn it,
Man, that house was so fucking filled. Like you could
the house was tough to shoot too. It was
just looking at it.
It was kind of gross.
Yeah.
So it sucks because I wish we could like. I wish people could watch this and go see the film. But what can you did a bunch of shorts, you were saying?
Yeah, I have shorts available online. I made one called Technology Lake, which is about a guy who is masturbating with a VR headset on, and his house burns down while he's masturbating. His dog saves him from the fire.
Whoa!
And so it's like a kind of like an R-rated Air Bud kind of thing. which I love doing animal movies. It's like I would really love to do a feature animal movie. Yeah, so that's something that's percolating in the back of my mind, being like the next thing. Because like that movie Strays came out, which I was
that's
like,
a good one.
I was so bummed when it came out because I was like, I wanted to do the R-rated dog comedy, but I also love that movie. I think they did a really good job with it. But,
They did, and I don't know. I don't film movies, but you know, you think it would be like, let's just film the dogs and then just add dialogue, you know, and like, but it was brilliant to give them personalities because I think, as a pet person, my dog has a voice in my head, and he would be like, "What's up, dude?" You know, or whatever, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Your house is on fire.
Yeah, quit jerking off. That sounds incredible.
That one's great. And then I have one called Savasana, which we did in 2016. It stars Paul Gordon, and then Sarah Sherman from Saturday Night Live is in it.
Whoa.
And she was not in Saturday Night Live at that time. But it's about a guy who gets sexually assaulted in his yoga class. And it's like another dark comedy. So yeah, I like these comedies that are like, on paper, that's like not funny.
Yeah.
And then you make it funny.
Where can people see those? Because I need to watch both of those.
Technology Lake is available on YouTube on Dust. That's like a short film platform.
Okay.
And then Savasana is on my Vimeo page.
Okay.
So yeah.
Fucking both of those sound amazing.
They're fun. I made those, and then I used those to kind of prove that I was competent and, you know, raise funds for this film, and this is my first feature. So,
Yeah.
but I'm excited to do another one. I'm ready to get my heart broken. Ready to get beat up.
Do you have something in mind?
I have some ideas that I am wanting to write. Yeah. I have not. I'm taking like a month or two off, and then I'm going to dive in. Yeah, but I do have some stuff that I'm excited to dive into. Yeah.
Fuck. I can't wait. Oh my god. So, what was I gonna say about? I want to talk about the crypto thing another minute. Because,
Yeah. Let's do it.
and I don't want to make it personal, but there's a person that I'm in a huge disagreement with. That's a billionaire, and he's a crypto dude, and he won't give me a record that he owns the rights to that I did.
Oh wow. Yeah.
He recently did this thing where he partnered up with the Trump sons, and like there's this new crypto thing that he's doing, and I was like, so when in the scene that I said I like where he talks about the billionaires, it really resonated because I was like, why do all those people that already have billions of dollars need to keep like pulling the shit? But then I'm tripping out because like now like you know, I listen to NPR a lot and Democracy Now! And stuff, and they're constantly talking about this like shift in U.S. currency and how like there's like the new Trump coin bullshit and so I'm wondering if like it seems like the dollar's fucked. You know, it always seems like everything's fucked, I guess, but like I wonder if crypto is gonna like elevate because it's had its like ups and downs.
Yeah, I mean, I
feel
think
like it's being embraced.
I do think Bitcoin is like here to stay. And I think that there are all these new offshoots which are get rich quick schemes for people who are probably already rich in a lot of ways. But I think that like,
which comes to the regular capitalism anyhow, like
for sure, but also that stuff's fun. It's like it's fun for like people who invest in those coins to maybe make money.
But then there's like people like the main character in the film who just fucking loses everything, like his dad's house.
Yeah, but that's like on him a little bit.
Yeah, but maybe because he's essentially an addict, you know. Like,
for sure, it's like getting mad at a billionaire for opening a casino. I think, you know, it's like is that immoral? Like to build these gigantic casinos? Like my dad always says this about casinos. He's like,
you're mad at the billionaire because they're just gonna fuck over all these people. But I'm not saying like be mad, but I'm saying like the people that are on the bottom who have nothing and they just keep fucking up. Like yeah, the billionaire sucks to do that, but like, and I'm not saying like. Well, I'm saying like kind of fuck the billionaires.
I don't think I would advise the people on the bottom to be buying these speculative cryptocurrencies unless you're like able to lose that money.
You would be advised.
I would not be advising.
Oh yeah,
I would be against that. Yeah.
No one's like trying to do that. It's not like saying like, hey, don't start smoking, kids. You know.
Yes.
Soundtrack.
Oh,
there's a band playing.
Yeah.
There's,
Octopus Project.
yeah. We'll have to deal with this and hopefully post.
They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is cool. Can I grab another beer?
Yeah, grab all of them. I'm gonna make a joke. Hey, shut the fuck up down there.
take that last one. You can hand me a Heineken if you can. Yeah. Ouch.
You want?
No, I'm good. We should have Andy edit it and put like intermissions.
I'll go to the lobby.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy. Hopefully they. Okay. Well.
Are you the sole writer?
I wrote it. Yeah.
Okay.
So I wrote it alone. But wait, I want to touch on the thing one more time though. So your main comment though is you were saying, do I agree if that billionaires should not be starting crypto coins? Is that your takeaway or?
No, and again, it's like you said, it's complex.
Yeah.
And I'm not like pro or I'm not ever gonna fuck with crypto.
I'm like anti-billionaire for sure. I
Me too.
I think we're on an unsustainable path, and it just fucked up how people are living, especially like with AI and with like all these technological revolutions coming. Like working class people are like in trouble, and I for sure agree with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I getting mad at a billionaire for launching a coin to me is the same as getting mad at them for launching any sort of business that like kind of
Doesn't represent the people.
or that takes advantage of lower income people, maybe.
Of course, but I mean that's
you know.
capitalism, and that's the way to look at it. And I fucking.
But it also is. I mean, I'm like pro-capitalist too. It's like I like. Wait, I like a lot of elements of capitalism too. I just think we're in late stage capitalism.
But I do think there's ethical capitalism. I'm not anti-capitalist. I run a fucking record label,
For sure.
But I think there's ethical. But I think when you become a billionaire, there's just you don't need that. One person doesn't need that amount of wealth. Like,
Yeah.
you should distribute it that other ways.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that I don't know what you guys think about Bruce Springsteen. I'm not the biggest fan of his music, but he is now. I'm not. But he's a billionaire, I guess. I just found this out, and I think like people like him who have a conscience would absorb that lifestyle in a more productive, humane way, where
For sure.
where, like
Warren
Jeff
Buffett's really
Bezos.
cool. I love Warren. He's like gonna just give away all his money when he dies. Like
that shit's killer.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure like Donald Trump Jr. and Elon Musk are gonna just keep fucking over the planet and everybody in their way.
yes,
So yeah, ethical capitalism exists, and then I think it's I think a decent billionaire is probably a rare breed of billionaires.
it's tough. I'm pretty sympathetic to most people. Like it's hard for me to, yeah. But
Sympathy for like let's say Jeff Bezos. I could give a flying fuck about that guy.
I think that also though Amazon's like a really cool thing that people like use every day. So it's hard to like people like having access to all goods and services that have ever existed like at the touch of your finger.
But
And
that's okay. So this is a big conversation because it does affect smaller businesses if you don't become part of this thing.
of course,
And I think that small businesses are harmed by things like Amazon.
yeah, but I also it's just a tricky line because small businesses are also like less efficient for humanity in a lot of ways. Like there's a reason that things win over time, and it's driving they make goods and resources cheaper for people to access. You can get more food by these big corporations existing. But yeah, for sure, it seems cooler to have a bunch of small businesses. I agree with that.
Well, also because when you have these like, I guess like let's say like factory farming or I don't know whatever like major conglomerates that are churning out or like sweatshop manufactured garments, like that shit kind of sucks for people, for the environment, like, and I get it, like basic humans that are, let's say, like I don't want to like I don't know, like the characters in your film, like they can't afford luxury, or organic or ethically sourced garments, or like they have to go to Walmart and buy the crap that's fucking not produced in an ethical way.
For sure.
I understand that. So I think like maybe the whole system just sucks. So
Yeah, there's things that need fixing. Dude, my real take is we should not be allowed to return stuff. That's my real. I think that would fix everything.
Yeah, don't fuck around because people just like click, and then send it right back.
Yeah, and it also would then you rely on the brand more. Like the brand means more if you can't return stuff, and they have to increase their quality. Whereas it's just driving yeah. But I think that the return lifestyle has driven things like down in quality because you can just return it if it's bad. There's like no risk. You should have some accountability as a buyer though.
Yeah,
but
I was gonna make a joke. You just saved yourself.
Is it?
What the fuck, man? We have a problem here. yeah. I think we just went on like a wormhole with.
Yeah, I feel terrible. No one wants to listen to us talk about billionaires.
Well, I mean, the film does, touch upon
For sure.
that stuff like classism, and then like that. I think that was like very focal point in the film.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I feel. I think we're in agreement with on most.
So
things.
who's the guy you're arguing with?
Yeah, what's his name?
Steve Aoki.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I didn't really argue with him. He won't speak to me anymore. His firm was like, "You gotta quit talking."
So you and Steve Aoki made a record together.
No, he released one of my old band's records.
Gotcha.
And yeah, I guess we can talk about it. I don't give a shit. But
Well, we don't have to get
no, it's fine.
in litigation trouble.
I mean, it is kind of funny, and I maybe like.
Dude, it'd be cool to get sued by Steve Aoki because he'd be like, "I'm suing you with a cake," when he'd throw it at you. He'd be like, "You're served with a cake."
I don't think he's
Good joke.
He'd have to push play on his DJ thing first, though. He put out a record of mine, and the budget was $7,000, and then like 15 years later, we owe them double now, and I'm like, how did that happen? And there was like one of the songs sold like 2 million copies in before streaming. So that's kind of like a wild thing, and the accounting was just fucked, and so there's been a lot of back and forth, and my label just re-released a different version of the record and just said like fuck it, and now the Dim Mak firm is like, hey, pump the brakes here, you gotta, and right now we're already doing it, and they're like, okay, here's a new contract, don't talk shit about Dim Mak and Steve, and I'm like, it's gonna happen, like the guy's a douche, and like it sucks for us, like we don't have that ability, so
Yeah, it's tough. It's scary as like a creative person to be handing over the stuff to like the business people, and you just like have no idea kind of what they're gonna do with it.
Similar things, like I'm assuming, well, because the music and film, I think, are both kind of fucked with the streaming stuff. And again, it's like you could say I hate Bitcoin or crypto, but you can also like say like Spotify is garbage. It is not good for people, for artists in any way. And I'm assuming that Spotify's like equivalent is something like a lot of the streaming services, but like
Yeah, I mean, there's the enshittification of everything. Have you heard that phrase?
no, but I love it.
It's like where you start by making a product that's good for both suppliers and consumers. So like think about Uber, for example. Like they were paying a lot to people who were driving Uber. Customers were getting it cheaper, and it was good for everybody. Then they squeeze the supply. So you hammer down on the supply side, and then you squeeze the consumer. You put ads on everything. Everything is just getting worse for both sides, but you have a monopoly on the business, so you can do whatever you want and make it worse for both sides, So we're in that phase, I think, with, Spotify did it to music, right?
Yeah.
And I believe we're kind of in the middle of seeing how that plays out for movies a little bit with just I love watching Netflix and watching everything, but it's hard to see it as sustainable for like indie film,
which kind of goes back to like the Amazon model, because I feel like people just want like free everything. Like I just want Netflix with unlimited everything to watch for free. And it's like people just want to listen to music and never, like, the royalty rate is like 0.0000002 cents, and you're just like, I'm never like it's fucked. So god damn it. So back to the Steve Aoki thing now.
Sorry.
No, it's fine, because it's not that important to talk about him. But in context to everything, it's crazy because when the label firm was like, you gotta fucking chill out and like quit talking shit, and I was like, yo, I don't know what you're talking about, but check this out. Steve's here hanging out with the Trump kids, like doing this other bullshit crypto thing, and I was like, you're gonna have to like do damage control on that, because that's kind of like a fucked up move, like a PR move on your guys' end, and they I don't know what happened, but I think there was concern, and so that's why like now I'm just like, because that's why. So I'm not anti-crypto, but I am anti-Trump administration, and I am anti these fucking billionaires getting together and pulling off bullshit. And it's weird to me that like someone that I am somewhat relatable or related to, Steve Aoki, is now in a fucking photo op next to Donald Trump Jr. That's jarring to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you're a Trump fan, but like fuck that guy.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna back down on that one
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was that. But damn, I feel like we've like covered all these like ethical economists, like kind of
Talk about jerking off.
Oh yeah, I want to ask you a question. Wait, who's the hip hop guy? You're the hip hop guy. What is your hip hop background?
Shit, it started in, I'm 47. I'll be 47. So since I was 16, I got a beat machine, little roll-in, and just started making beats. And
That's so sick. Who have you worked with that I would know? Like
him. No. I mean, probably the biggest name is probably be Cool Keith.
Cool. Yeah. Cool Keith just acted in a Chicago movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did he play himself?
I believe so. I don't know much about the movie, but I'm excited to see it when it comes out. Yeah.
Shout out to Keith though. That guy's wild. When we filmed the video with him, and it was like we had this I don't want to derail this, but I had a conversation with Keith, and he was talking about our friend Nick Zinner and how he hung out with Nick Zinner's mom and all this weird shit. And I was like, Nick, we hung out with Keith, and he was telling me how like when he was hanging out with your mom and was at her house and all this stuff, and he's like, I've never met him. My mom definitely has never met him. And I'm like, I had a fucking 30-minute conversation.
Oh, that's
sick. Conversation.
Whoa, that's
We were talking
awesome.
About the flying turntables.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like Cool Keith.
To me, my introduction to Cool Keith was someone gave me a Dr. Octagon record, and I was like, oh, this is totally bizarre shit. And I played in this band called The Locust, and someone said, it's like hip hop, The Locust. And I was like, oh, and that kind of resonated a little bit for me. But him and I started working together like on a film soundtrack, and kind of got involved in things and became a band, and now we have a podcast, and here we are talking to you.
Sick.
So yeah.
Hell yeah.
Full circle.
Are you into hip hop?
I love hip hop. Yeah. Back in the day, I used to rap a lot.
Really?
I'd go to freestyle battles in Chicago. Yeah.
You spit out something right now?
I promised myself I'm not going to do that
Anymore?
But but yeah, like 10 years ago, there's this place called Subterranean in Chicago where you go and you freestyle on stage until the audience boos you off stage. And I would go do that every Tuesday. That was so fucking fun. And then there were a few like true like battles I did where it's like Eminem, 8 Mile. Yeah, it's not like that.
Yeah.
It more felt like people who had watched 8 Mile were like, we're gonna try to put one of those on, you know. But just at like random bars in Chicago. But yeah, I miss those days. But you know, I sound insufferable. A guy who used to do freestyle rap is now making cryptocurrency movies. But
Did you ever record any hip hop?
for sure.
Really?
Yeah, back in
Is
the
that
day.
on Spotify?
It is available. Yeah, I don't really want to lead people to that stuff.
Everyone's gonna figure it out anyhow.
Yeah, no, I used to make a lot of stuff. I had a song with like 1 million hits on YouTube at one point in time, and when I was in high school, like, yeah.
Wow.
But I miss it. I still miss it. I like I love.
That's how when we started, we had like ciphers every Thursday night.
Yes.
So every Thursday night for fucking years, if that's where we were at.
My rule now is I will rap if other people are rapping, but I won't do it.
I'll do it in my head. Like when I'm making a beat, even if it's like my beat, I'll like freestyle in my head.
Yeah.
I went back to a bunch of my old tapes of the recording of the ciphers and all that, and when I hear I'm like,
That's the thing with any of it. I'm sure. I mean, I feel like that with movies, and I'm sure you feel like that with your music too. Where you like 10 years ago, whatever I was making, I'm like, oh, I do not want anybody to listen to that. You know?
Occasionally, I'm like, I was 16. You know, that holds up. But
It's very fun to listen to it like alone and be like, that's so cool. I made that when I was 16. You know, but then to be like, oh, it's like, you know, people probably still have CDs of this floating around. I don't really.
There's plenty of times where I'm like, what the fuck was I doing? But it's funny, like, because I think maybe you can relate to in this sense in like film, especially since you've done music and stuff. When I started working with him, he was like, oh shit, you should do vocal, because I sing and I play bass, but primarily sing. And he's like, you should sing on these beats. And I was like, oh, because all of his beats were awesome. But I was like,
thank you.
They were kind of like chill, you know? And I was like, I'm just screaming, dude. Like, I'm a fucking weird, rabid, banshee asshole yelling over like chill shit. So we had to like find this like,
that's fun,
medium point, you know, middle point to like not, so I didn't feel like a fuckhead, you know. But it's funny because his hip hop homies were like, that shit's crazy what you do, you know. To me, like, you need to go do that at a battle, and I was like, I can't do that. I can't freestyle. There's no fucking way. I could barely remember my fucking recorded lyrics, you know. So
I know Idea and Abilities. Have you heard of those guys? They're like rappers out of Minnesota. Idea died, but he does like screamo
okay.
lyric shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good. It was like when I heard that in high school, I was like so hyped on it. But,
Well, the funny thing is like you can't really understand all of the words, you know. So it's like it is pretty weird. But I like my one of my favorite hip hop MCs would be. Oh, I don't even know if hip hop would be like Clipping. I don't know.
Clipping's great.
And so like I'll listen to him and I'm like, how, even if you're looking at the lyrics, like I don't know how he does it. It's just like there's no way I could do that. So yeah, I wish I could. I really wish I could.
Yeah.
But then I'd be in a successful band if I could do that. So yeah, I guess the correlation from music to film, I'm sure you can relate, because I again, like you had like these kind of dark subject matter elements, and then a lot of humor, and like, yeah, I guess you reference like 90s stuff, but like I appreciate that, because I think that even when people are like politically charged and they're arguing with each other, they're no one, you just yell at each other, no one's gonna listen. But it is like sort of having humor involved that makes these like larger topics digestible or absorbable.
Yeah, I mean, I want the movie, like, I make movies, like, I want it to be like a movie that's fun to watch.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I get bored very easily watching movies, and I want to make my movies just kind of like pack a punch, and like that's all I'm trying to do is just like make an entertaining thing. And I definitely have stuff I want to talk about, you know, just and like reflect on, but it's all in support of the jokes, and it's all in support of just entertainment, you know. And
it's a ride for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I know some people will not like the film, and I know some people are really gonna like it. But I think that both people will not be bored watching the movie.
Yeah. But why do you think someone would not like it? That's such a weird thing.
I've gotten a lot of feedback that it's kind of overstimulating for certain people, where it's like so I don't like
they want like
I don't like
Hallmark
kind of
film?
slow meditative stuff, you know. And it's just like my attention span's just not there.
Totally.
And then this movie I pushed in the opposite direction, where there's 30 layers of people yelling over each other, and sound, and dogs barking, and it's like
especially the dinner scene.
Oh my god, and
dinner
it was so
stuff.
kid.
Yeah. So that stuff in particular, I love that. I love feeling panic attacks in a movie, but like I think that not everybody likes that feeling.
No.
And so people, you know.
I felt jacked up, but I like that. But I thought about it too, because it's interesting. My mom likes terrible movies, and she likes
Lifetime.
Like all that bullshit, like fucking Kevin Costner or whatever. But or was that whatever? I don't know, whoever, Robert. I don't know. When I watched the film, I was thinking like, I wonder if my mom would like what she would think about this, you know? And
yeah, because it does have some Lifetime movie qualities to it.
No,
I mean it does. It's like a you know.
I was not saying that, but I guess
I kind of think it could be a Lifetime movie if written by somebody else.
I feel like I could take her to the movie, or we could watch the movie together, and then she would feel thrashed afterwards, but like it. And I'm like, that's cool. Probably should do that.
I would be curious what your mother thinks of the film.
I'll let you know. I will, because I'll tell her when it's available. I will.
I bet you she'll get through.
Nah.
30 minutes?
What did I try to
What did she lasted with the music, with Norteño's music, or whatever,
for a whole day. Yeah. I mean, she'll come and see me play and be like, that was weird. Why are you yelling and jumping in the crowd? And, you know, what the fuck? You know, spitting and stuff. And I was like, all right, you know. But she's like, you know, everyone's nice. But I think that, I guess the reason why I brought my mom, though, is because you said that people wouldn't like it. And I guess I just think, I don't know, because I know people.
I think if you're making a movie that everybody likes, it's probably bad. Yeah, but it's like I think in order to make a movie that's really, really good for certain people, you know, like that's the movie, like, oh, that's the movie I want to see. It's got to have some stuff that's not everyone's gonna like. You know? And I recognize that. Like, there's movies I watch, I'm like, oh, that was really good. I didn't like that.
It has a good ending, though.
It was sick. No, for sure. The movie has a lot of heart. There's a ton of heart in the movie.
That's a fucking brother.
I know.
Yeah.
The part where he goes and hugs him after he's left him.
Yeah.
I was like, that really was so touching.
Yeah.
If he didn't do that, if he was missing, I was gonna be so mad. So
Yeah.
you made it like good in that sense. Where like if
It's
I
sweet.
feel like if I was making it, the brother would have like died or something or gone missing.
And I want you to not trust the movie enough where you think it might go there.
Yeah.
It's like we're walking that line where you're like, I think the movie might go there.
Yeah.
And that's with all of these things. It's setting it up, and it's not just to have a sense of tension and unease inside of you, like while you're watching it. You're like, I don't know if this movie's gonna be mean or not.
Yeah. You nailed it. Every scene I was like, holy fuck. And then we got through that, and then there's another one where you're like, oh, again, like, so you definitely nailed it. Okay, so I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah, let's do it.
When does the film come out?
I think most likely, so we're talking to a few distributors right now, and we're finalizing what our distribution plan is right now, but I'm guessing, so we're playing the Fantasia Film Festival next month, which I believe that's announced. I believe that will be announced prior to this, but and then we're gonna try to do festivals throughout the rest of this year, and then so probably like maybe January to March of next year it'll be.
It takes so long.
It takes way too long.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Help me out there.
Yeah. My people are like, well, why you finished the movie? Like, why can't we watch the movie? I'm like, no, you can't watch it. You got to watch it in a theater, But I do think we're going to do a small theatrical run, which will be fun, and that we're going to, play some more fun festivals, and I can meet more cool people like you guys.
I am so glad we got to meet you. I'm so glad that we got to see your film. Like, you're awesome.
Thank you guys. You guys are awesome.
I can't wait to check out your shorts, and I look forward to your future stuff too, because
I appreciate it. Yeah.
it's even like a fraction of as good as this film. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh, thank you guys. Yeah, it means a lot. The nicest thing you can do for me is like my movie. So I'm glad.
Incredible.
I sense that you guys genuinely are excited about it, which is thank you guys. Yeah.
You're rad. Thank you so much.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. We hope you enjoyed that podcast. We did. Again, you gotta try to check out Positions when it comes out, or any of his films. So yeah, there was that. Shout out to Oak Cliff Film Festival again. We also like to welcome one of our new sponsors, 3110 Printing, which are the screen printers of San Diego. The like, I don't know, righteous punk dudes that are doing awesome screen printing. They're hooking us up all the time.
Colin's all right.
They're also screen printing the bonus 7-inch that's part of our compilation that's coming out. So anyhow, we'd like to welcome them to the podcast as sponsors. And if you need screen printing stuff, hit those guys up. Google it. You'll figure it out. But we appreciate you. We appreciate all our sponsors, everybody for helping out on this. You, the viewer, the listener. I don't know. We hope to see you on the next episode. It's we're stacking them up. The next one's wild. So yeah, get ready, and we'll see you then. Thank you very much.
Late.
Cult and Culture is a Ruinous Media podcast proudly sponsored by Earthquaker Devices, Heartwork Coffee, 3110 Printing, Kindred, Smashed Plastic Record Pressing, and San Diego Food Shed.
Planet B.